This was created by a certain gentleman called Fleming. He was English, by the way. Well, after the war, he wrote some really, really, really good books.
Yeah.
Hollywood absolutely loved these books. They turned them into film. Cut out to be a ranger afterwards. He was a really, really fantastic artist, wildlife artist. Great all-round guy. Loved walking, hiking, and everything else. And was cut out to be a ranger after the war. And he died, as you can see, 7th of August 1944. So he's one of those OSS, one of our boats. You see, I wasn't making it up, gentlemen. Okay, so we got James here. Okay, James Hagman. He was what? He was a corporal. He was in the 100th Division. The state this time is Wisconsin. There you go. I'm Frenchifying it again, or Englishifying it. I'm cup-of-teaing it. Sorry. Okay, look at the January. The date is the 4th, but look at the year.
46.
Just refresh my memory. When was VE Day?
45.
45. May 45.
Yeah.
He died in January 46. What do you
Wounds.
think happened?
Wounds.
Died of wounds. Could have been a number of things. Could have been injured, died of wounds way after. Or it could have been an accident. It's not just stated, so they're going to stay behind and help us rebuild, thank goodness. We're going to be putting into place something called the Marshall Plan.
Oh,
Yes, nice piece of our history there, our joint history. And of course, with these young men who've been through everything, the war is over, now they've got rest and recuperation. And guess what?
That's an
They're
angel.
going to be looking at the lovely European women, and I'm sure, especially if they're in this part of the world, with August 44. Okay, you can find our 3 landing day beaches. Everyone knows this one now. That's kind of world known. Saint-Tropez. Okay, this is where all those starlet Paris Hilton type of people come and make uses of themselves during the summer. Okay, Saint-Maxime is another one, and the third one is Saint-Raphaël. Okay, so basically, this is going to be a French-American landing. There are English troops, but there was a certain gentleman who was dead against this landing right in the beginning. He was English. You would call him Sir Winston Churchill. Okay, I will call him Winnie. I'm allowed. I'm English. Anyway, Winnie, bless his cotton socks, was dead against this landing here from the beginning. Why? Because we are already in Italy, and he said we would be better to push up the boot of Italy, and from there you can go to quite a few countries. You can go to the ex-Yugoslavian Republic, where there are precious oil refining plants. In 2011, me, who was used to doing school tours with my superintendent, American superintendent at the time, who's since moved on to another cemetery, I was looking for some interesting names, and I got here, I'm looking here, okay. I get here, and I'm really delighted. You know why? Because what do I see? Potter. Not one Potter, but 3 Potters. Oh, please let one be called Harry. There's not a single one called Harry.
Herschel.
So I look again, Pitt. Oh, let me call Brad. That would be really good, Brad.
There's a Prince Charles or everything, yeah.
Okay, so come and have a look. We have a little flower on bronze. Anybody know what it means?
Congressional Medal?
No, if it was a Congressional Medal of Honor, everything would be in gold.
Oh.
And if it was a headstone, you would have Medal of Honor on it.
He's been found. He's been found.
There you go. I'm going to keep you. I'll train you to speak French. He's been found. We actually have 4 bronze flowers. When we find somebody, after the cemetery has finished, we
This is the
recover their
missing
bodies
wall.
and
They
we
find
identify
bodies.
them. We actually put a bronze flower next to the name to show that they have been identified. So, is Richard buried here? No. None of the 4 people that have a flower next to the name are buried here. We only have 2 cemeteries that are open.
Okay, we're still in Arles. How many ships do you see behind you?
5.
And where are they from? One from Switzerland, one is local from Arles. We think it's a day tripper. There's a German one, there's a Dutch one. So they're all different nationalities. Anyway, I'm going to zoom in on the hilltop up at the top. There's a big dome up there. And here are these 4 ships, 5 ships. On the outside.
Not
On the
even
back?
not even on the outside. If it's cool outside, you can sit inside on those 2 chairs and look out the sliding glass.
Oh yeah, that's when we're moving, if it's too chilly,
Yeah.
We can sit inside, look out through the glass doors. You'll see that later, and I'll take a shot when folk is sitting outside. This is a print of the Van Gogh's Starry Night. on display attached to the wall. And this is the exact spot on the river that he painted. There's the bend in the river. We don't have a starry night, we got a sunny morning. And this is Van Gogh's town for a year and a half or so. This is where he cut off his ear. This is the spot. This bridge was destroyed. It has got lions on top of it. I'll scan it. This was destroyed by the American invasion in southern France in 1945. No, 44. It was right after Normandy. I think it was August. There's the lions. There's the ships. There's our quay. Lovely tour.
Got so many buildings to restore that before
These are the Roman walls. 2,000 years old is the main entrance into Arles from our boat. There's the Hotel Acacius. An hour and 30-minute tour. Here is downtown Arles with that mosaic. We're going to see the
So Van Gogh arrived in Arles in February 1888. At that time he was coming from Paris. I was staying in Paris, but in Paris he was enough of the bad weather. It was raining, it was misty, and in Paris.
This lion is the symbol of Arles, and the painting is from Raphael. And she was saying Cézanne came here and painted in Arles as well as Van Gogh.
It's warmer here. And it's a tower of the 16th century, and you see the little turret where the pigeons house a spiral staircase.
It's warm up there.
To get on the top of the terrace.
Roman ruins everywhere here. We're going towards those Coliseum. Maybe open.
Well, sometimes you can cover, but the stone has to breathe also.
First century, this Coliseum was built, the largest one outside of Rome.
Yes, but the Coliseum was built for the capital of the Roman Empire. The Coliseum wasn't ultimated, and already the city of Arles was beginning the construction of one amphitheater.
At one point they made a fortress out of this. They filled it up with sand and stones, and it was the same height as I'm showing you here.
Inside.
And then they restored it after 1600.
Built with the stones coming from the building. Visitor. But this afternoon they will explain to you this game and the life of their bull.
This is where they did the bullfights, but they don't kill the bulls here in Arles anymore. An engraving of the 17th century, 1600s, when Arles was built all around the Coliseum. Well, that is the Coliseum. They built houses in it. She just said this is limestone. They tried to find quarries where they could get the same colors of limestone. And this is remainder of the towers. That's where the houses were built. All through this thing, there were people living in the Coliseum in separate houses. This is the theater of Arles, built in Julius Caesar's time, 2,000 years ago, and the oldest building in Arles.
The city of Arles was specialized in the construction of boats, and they succeeded in building in 1 month 12 boats of war. And thanks to this naval help, Julius Caesar vanquished Pompey. And to repay the naval help he received from Arles, he confiscated all the territory